Hello, Mythic Rare here. Thank you to all my A1 Day 1 subscribers. For anybody new or is just passing through, welcome. This right here is my Drills and Chills 2024 diamond painting. It is Death by Tex.art. And all the tools that you see here are going to be linked down in the description box below. So yes, thank you to all my A1 Day 1 subscribers. I can't believe that there are 282 of you. And then if anybody is new here or is just passing through, welcome. Yeah, yet another whip and chat. I've just racked my brain over what I, should do for this week for a video, and event fatigue. Event fatigue is just hit me super hard. And it's something that is mentioned off and on by people in the community. And then if you haven't been in the diamond painting community as long or haven't been diamond painting as long, you're probably just well, event fatigue, what is that? So I think it's gonna be easiest if I walk you through kind of my year, and then you'll kind of see. But it is something that will just gradually happen over time, and you don't realize it's there until it's hello, basically jumping up at you in the face. So this year I had decided to kind of take some time off. January, February, March, I did crafting with Shay's Mermaids and Magic. And then by the time April, I did that, I didn't finish my Mermaids and Magic's kit. So by the time April came around, I was just okay, well, what's one more whip anyways? And I'm thinking, do I want to do Jaded Jamboree? Do I just want to sit that out? And then do I want to do the May for Morales event? Or, what exactly did I want to do? Did I want to do Derek with Diamonds event and then just set the other one out? I didn't know. So I put it up as a vote on my YouTube channel, in my community tab. Y'all voted for me doing the Jaded Jamboree. So I was okay. I kitted up my Usagi City, and then I just went to town on that for a while, and I did not finish. So then I was okay, well, what is one more whip? After that was it Summer with the Masters? Yeah, it was Summer with the Masters. And by then I was clamoring for a finish. So after I bust out my Craftably kit that I had started last year and then got burnt out on halfway through, I went ahead and I finally finished it. And then I went and I did the Psychedelic Rick. And then by the time I was done with that, we were pretty much in the gap in between that and then Drills and Chills. So I did the DP for pets, and then I went ahead and did the mini diamond painting mayhem. And now here we are, having worked on 2 and now 3 very, very big canvases and have only finished like, you know, just 3 kind of small snacky sized ones out of all the ones that I've attempted this year. So I'm just trying to show you. Event fatigue is basically where you're doing all these events and then you're just like not getting finishes out of them for one reason or another. And I want to say that, like, even us who have been diamond painting for several years, because I started back Black Friday of 2020. Even then, I feel like some of the things that I obviously should know by now can, like, sometimes just slip our mind. I want to say that especially on these bigger, more confetti-prone canvases, that tools matter. Like, tools really do matter. Because you see, for all of this white, I would just have to keep, like, refilling this. And the other day, I finally got this. So what this is, for the small shop fall festival event, and, like, I kind of struggle getting this bad boy open, but it's the Max tray from Bella Art de Nicole. It's got, obviously, like, you can fit an insane amount of diamonds. It's got a magnetic stopper, and it's got the pull tab, so you're, like, extra secure. There's, like, not gonna be any diamond spillage. Even if for whatever reason you lose this thing, at least you still have the magnetic tab. So yeah. So I basically used this to fill all of this in, and something like that would have had me basically get burnt out so fast, but I was able to almost complete an entire row within a day just because I had, like, that humongous tray. And then that, you know, like, leads us to another thing, like the color blocking confetti balance. Because when I first looked at this diamond painting, I was like, oh my word, I thought that there was gonna be a lot more color blocking in this kit. And, you know, obviously there's a sea of 820 AB, but in the sections where it is detailed, like, oh my god, confetti. Which, like, that kind of gave me anxiety. Just, like, seeing all the color changes and things like that I would have to do. I don't see any more of that symbol. But I have learned how to make peace with confetti. And certainly being able to not see as much of your canvas as possible has been a very big help. That's why I have, and not just that, but for the camera, for you guys, because it doesn't have as much glare if I have the release paper down and things like that. And then if I were to spring for the ones for, like, that are customly made, then it would add some more visual interest as well. One of these days we will get there. But no, like, seriously, Elisa Marie Designs. She has a amazing Confetti Chaos to Calm series. Now, I know it's not going to be for everybody, because I know that there are some people who legitimately want all the information. They want it now. And that's fine. Like, that channel is not going to be for everybody. Same thing with me, because I just kind of like to diamond paint and chill. And at times, you know, I will talk a million miles an hour because I gotta get this out before work, whatever. But whenever I do actually have the time to sit and film, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be that way. So, you know, just letting you know, her channel may be at a little bit slower of a pace, but that's a good thing when it comes to stuff like this. Like, she has a lot of useful strategies on how to tackle confetti, and I absolutely love her for it. But yes, like, if you have a whole bunch of pieces with confetti and then you're doing them for all these events, like, that can, I feel like that is like the best recipe to burn motivation bridge when it comes to diamond painting. Like, I mean, I don't know. I could just be like a really different person. But for me, I feel like I need that sense of completion every once in a while. I am just gonna feel like totally bogged down, like, and stuff if I get way too much confetti. Like, it just, for me, anyways, it feels like it's a stick in the spokes, or like I got stuck in the mud or something. Like, I don't know. It just feels like I can't make any progress. And then the whole, like, diamond painting, work, life, trio type of balance can very much be a thing as well that can actually contribute to event fatigue. Oh, geez. Like, y'all, the door on my tray was open, and then I just, like, sent purple drills kind of all over my canvas. Whoopsies. Did I get them all? Yeah, I got them all. Okay. But I feel like the diamond painting work-life balance is kind of a thing as well that you need to respect, because if you're going to be working a very intense job, like if you're in the airlines or you do like social work, like you're a healthcare worker, you're a teacher, like anything that is kind of like a high stress sort of job, it might be better if you can actually diamond paint before you go to work if you're using this, like, if you're doing a diamond painting for an event and you're worried about your time. Because unless you're the type of person where you have adjusted your sleep to where you're getting off and it's still kind of the middle of the day for you, then, you know, by all means, you may in fact have more spoons than I do to be able to go and finish these. But I don't know, ever since I switched over to the 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., I feel like my diamond painting and then like my content has suffered. But that's because I'm, you know, actually getting to spend time with my family and stuff again. I guess I can't really consider that suffering. But I mean, like, I just feel like I had spent all of my energy at work, and then by the time I get to do this or I get to film a video for you guys, I am just like absolutely gassed, like commentary loading. Like, I'm not as articulate or anything like that, and I just like can't hardly even string sentences together for nothing. But yeah, I think it's odd that sometimes for these events, in order to make sure that I get that uninterrupted crafting time, I have to like do the whole revenge me time or revenge crafting time, where I have to either stay up way late or wake up way early, and then I get it in. But then there will be other times where it's like, I won't do anything for a few days. And then just like, all of a sudden, I'll be like, bam, like, I'm gonna do it all. Just like, don't even bug me. And then I'll proceed to do like almost a whole entire row in a day. And I want to keep going, but then I have to like force myself, like, nope, you need to stop. Unless of course I'm like to the end. If I were to have this whole entire row done up here, and then I was just like on my last like row and a half to 2 rows, I would be, at that point, I'm just like, I am so close to the end. I can see it. I can taste it. I can almost feel it and pencil it in on my logbook. like at that point, I pretty much know the date and the hour that I am going to finish it. And then, I just completely go ham. But if you're far away from when you're going to be finishing your diamond painting, there is no sense in trying to do that, especially for the really big long events like Drills and Chills or Summer with the Masters. Like, take your time. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Because if you do that enough, like on enough events, like in a row, trust me, you will get event fatigue. Something else that can help prevent event fatigue would be tame your ambitions. Or don't bite off more than you can chew. So realistically, if you know that you work a job and then you have a side hustle, or um, you have pets and you have other family members, kids, like, or a significant other who is very demanding of your attention, then you maybe want to consider, like, can you even get that time away for, like, how much time can you get away for yourself to go diamond paint? Like reasonably, like, would you be able to even complete the kit given the amount of time? Because if you're like, because if you have a full life and a full home and you're wanting to do something as complex as, say, a Josephine wall for like an event, or like, I don't know, like, pick your confetti heavy kit, just like insert it here. If you're wanting to do that for an event, the event only goes 1 month, unless you can like somehow organize somebody else to go like entertain the kids, or like, I don't know, engineer the guy friends to have like a boys' night, and then they like just scoop up your husband or your significant other. Like, I don't know, just like pick your thing. If you can like somehow engineer a way for like all distractions to be gone, then I don't know how you'd be able to realistically finish your project. You know, because it's like, especially if you're ADHD or anything like that, like, you may know, you might just like get in the zone, like, you get in the state of flow, the state of zen, and you're just like, you're moving and you're grooving and you're like knocking them sections out, like, one right after the other, like it's nobody's business. And then you just hear like, mom, or babe, or or you just hear your name, and then it's like the equivalent of like the car tire skid, you know, on your progress. You're just like, you broke my hyper focus. How dare. But there could even be, you know, biological, medical, and or self-care things that can somehow get in the way of it, or like not give you as much like energy in order to work on your kits. So case in point, in the northern hemisphere right now, like in the United States, we're going through fall. So I mean, we all know what fall is. Days are getting shorter, nights are getting longer, temperature is getting cooler. We are, you know, like, everything is, all the trees are starting to turn yellow, orange, and red. Absolutely love fall because I am on 5 acres and it is wooded, and it is so magical. But what I don't like about fall is not as much daylight. Me and my therapist on BetterHelp strongly, like 99.999% sure, even though technically BetterHelp cannot like have a diagnosis because they're not able to meet with you actually in person, but we are strongly suspecting that I have seasonal affective disorder. So the change of seasons quite literally make me sad. Like, I can't think of a better way to put it. Like, and I mean, it makes sense because I grew up in Phoenix, so just like everything getting cold, everything dying or hibernating, it's just, yeah, I mean, it is very magical to see all the colors, but then when all the colors go away, it's like, it's sad stick season. And I feel like, not just because October 31 is like right around the corner. I mean, I know that it is, but not just because of that, but because I know like winter is coming. I feel like I'm running out of time in order to work these dark colored kits. I don't know if anybody else out there is like me in this sentiment, but for me, working on holiday kits where it's like snowy background and you have like a bunch of whites and blues and then like really dark colors, like that picture Snow Girl that I tried to work on last year for Jingle Drills, that was super hard for me because I just, like, all the dark colors, it was getting to me and it was making me sad. And, you know, it was just stacking with the fact that I had work like all during the day, and by the time I would get off of work, like, there would be no sun. Like, that really hit me. So I feel like while there is still some sun out, I need to go through all of my darkly colored kits. And even though this isn't really all that dark because the 820 AV, it still kind of sort of is, you know, with all the other colors. And I feel like sometimes, depending on what the color scheme is and then the time of the year, that can also add to event fatigue as well. I think that if you're at that intersection of, I just want to be done with my kit, but I ain't done yet, I have to make the final push, like I'm climbing up the hill, or I'm going up the chain link on the roller coaster, or you're just like, you have that feeling where you're kind of sad because you're just like watching everybody finish all of their kits, and they may be, you know, equally as confetti or even sometimes more confetti than your kit, and you're just like, what is wrong with me? Why can I not finish this at the same time that these other people are finishing this? Like, all of that is like event fatigue. Like, I don't know, y'all. I'm just like kind of like, I didn't know what I wanted to do for a video, okay? Like, this like event fatigue has just been kind of plaguing me. Like, I'll just sit down and I'll just like do maybe a color or two, and then like motivation bridge just like gets burnt down, and then I'll just be like, yeah, I'm just like gonna go and do this other thing, or I'm actually gonna go clean my room and I'm gonna do all the chores that I've been putting off because of drills and chills. Which is actually a pretty good segue to another thing. Yeah, make sure that all of your chores are done before you go do a really good session of diamond painting. Like, make sure that before a string of big long events that I don't know, maybe you've deep cleaned, so then during events all you have to do is spot clean. I don't know. I'm just like, sometimes I feel like I'll just be diamond painting, you know, and I'll have those squirrel moments where something will just distract me, and then I'll just like, well, you're not concentrating on that anymore. Game over. Other times you just like, you can't diamond paint because you've put off your self-care too long. Like your nails are starting to look all wonky, or like you can't put your hair up in a ponytail anymore, or anything, because it gives you a headache, and all kinds of other random nonsense self-care things. Other times it might be like you've had a minor medication change, and then your body chemistry is having to readjust. And you might just feel groggy and like, I can't, I don't have the energy. Like, there are seriously a multitude of reasons how and why you can get event fatigue. But I think there may be some good strategies besides, you know, like making sure that for the big, huge color blocking areas, you have a really big tray that you don't have to refill. Making sure that you have your tools in easy reach. You're not like having to completely go across the desk like that and like tweak your back. Make sure that you have a good, comfortable office chair, that you can be very ergonomic. Like, some people can't go a long time because they cannot like go across like this over their desk, like it's gonna kill their lower back. So you may have to get like an easel, or a drafting table, or like a stand to prop up your diamond painting on. And I am sorry, I'm searching for my next color. There's that, but then I also think, like, as far as size of canvas, and then the drill shape, I think that also speaks volumes to it as well, because you don't have to like finesse or fiddle with rounds, right? Like, you can pretty much, like, just as long as they're pretty closely lined up to where the symbol is, you're good to go with rounds. They're, in my opinion, they are the easier out of the two to work with. So if you're doing an event that has a lot of, well, if you're doing a kit that has square like this and it's got a decent amount of confetti, maybe for your next project, you could do something just as big in size. Probably you're better off going smaller and then doing round. Just so then you can get that sense of accomplishment, like you've done the other kind of drill. You've gotten a little bit of a break. And that way you're not like getting burnt out on doing the same kind of drill. You're having to fight with it to get it to line up with its brothers and sisters on the canvas. So yeah, like if you're doing a big, huge one for one event and then you're going to do a next event, like do a snack size one. Do a snack size and make it round so then you don't get all burnt out. But sometimes you might actually have the opposite thing going on where you've done multiple snack size ones. They're rounds or they're squares or however, and you feel like you're not getting challenged enough. To which person I would say that's probably where you'd want to maybe dive into a more long-term project like a Josephine wall or a Chuck Pinson and just like go ham. Because I mean, even though it was round, the kit I did last year, Space for Reflection, for me to have finished a landscape in a month, and I'm not a person very big into landscapes, but it's just what I could afford and what was available at the time in my local Hobby Lobby. There wasn't any like real other Halloween stuff out yet. So, yeah, like that kind of was the only one that fit for Drills and Chills at the time when I went looking. Kind of the fact that I finished it within Drills and Chills, working a full-time job, taking like hardly any time off in order to work on it. That kind of says something. That pretty much means that you were cooking the whole entire time. Although I think like during that too, there was maybe like 1 week where I straight up could not diamond paint, and then I think the next week I just like went full send. I am looking for the dollar sign and I can't see it. Oh, there it is. But then there are other times where it's like you're diamond painting and then like you finished a section and you want to try and get through more, but then you're just like constantly getting distracted, or you don't like you notice you're just diamond painting slower and slower, like you can't all of a sudden make any progress anymore. I would say at that point, if you're just like straight up getting distracted, then it's probably better that you stop and either go outside and touch grass or play the touch grass simulator. Simulators, rather. Terraria, Roblox. Minecraft. Because sometimes, as diamond painters, we can just go like complete nutso on this, and then we neglect our other hobbies. But sometimes, you know, I think that we forget that it is good to have multiple hobbies, especially if you're ADHD or on the spectrum, or just, I guess, neurodivergent, because you get bored of one, you can go do the other, and the other, and the other. Go figure, right? I would just like want to talk at everybody at the time when I'm actually not even supposed to be talking. I'm supposed to be resting my voice right now. It's what the doctor said because I had a scratchy throat the other day. Tested negative for strep A, strep B, and the flu. They think that it could be the you-know-what, but I wasn't showing enough symptoms to even warrant a test. If it persists after a few more days, I'll take one. And then I get to find out, do I need to avoid everybody, or can I actually spend time with people? But yes, like, I think that if you've done multiple events and you've tried as much as you can to get the best tools that you can for the type of canvas that you have, you've tried to rearrange your life, your work-life balance, you've done other hobbies, like you've taken, like you've recently eaten, you've showered, you've, you know, like you've done all of your self-care things, like your canvas isn't like, you know, gargantuan, it's a reasonable size, reasonable amount of confetti to color blocking ratio. Like, you basically tick all of those boxes, and you still feel like you just can't diamond painting wise. Like, you sit down and you're just like, I want to, but I just can't bring myself to do it. My friend, I think it's time that you take a break, because if you are to keep pushing yourself to do that, you're gonna go into full burnout mode when it comes to diamond painting, and you may wind up going several months, maybe a year or two even, who knows, and then you won't diamond paint for a long time. So event fatigue, I feel like, is kind of like the precursor to diamond painting burnout. And I feel like you'll need to exercise all of those things in order to claw yourself back from the brink of burnout. Well, I feel like I've just swallowed a whole bunch of forks. My throat is killing me. And I feel like I have basically yeah, said everything to my knowledge about what event fatigue is and how and why it happens and how you can combat it. So I am just going to leave it here. If you like me and you want to see more content from me, go ahead and hit the like button. That lets me know that I'm doing something right as a creator. Until next time, bye!